What's up, dudes? I'm Tykel. Welcome to another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be starting a series. I'm going to be calling it Sightlines. So basically, I play a ton of game battles in Call of Duty World War II, and I've noticed that there are a ton of sightlines and little tips and tricks and little spots that you can go to that a lot of people don't know about, mostly because the people that are on YouTube that are doing the videos towards, you know, lines of sight and places to be and hidden spots, they do them with, you know, with respective pubs. So they're talking about domination, TDM, but so I'm going to be focusing this series mostly on search and destroy and where the bomb is, and little sight lines where you can see, you know, if you can see where the bomb's planted, or little strategies for it, or anything, you know, comes with a game of search and can help you guys with the GBs. So the first map I'm going to be doing is USS Texas, and then we're going to take the series, we're going to go and eventually do the DLC maps, and I'm even going to do it on the pub maps too, just because, you know, it's nice to know for public match S&D and things like that. But either way, so I'm just going to hop right into the game, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so USS Texas is going to be mostly a spawn watch map. There's not going to be really any sight lines that are inside the actual middle area or the control rooms or anything like that. It's all going to be from spawn, just because of the fact that there's some long lines of sight and the bombs are both outside. So basically, the first one that we're going to be doing is going to be right here in the back. So you see a lot of people use this one in pubs and GBs. You know, people like sitting back here and kind of spawn sniping. But that's because it's a really good power position. Because if you're staying right here, people can't see you from their control. If they run up there, they can't see you if you're standing right here. But you got to watch on A. And you can kind of watch B as well. You can see the stairs and you kind of jump and see it there. If you want to expose yourself a little bit, you can actually see B a little tiny bit when you jump. Now, there's another spot back here, and that is this boat. And I never see anybody use this boat. And I think it is probably the best, if not the second best spot on this map, just for watching a bomb. So basically what you do is you can lie down right here, and that was a little bit weird because it's a little bit of a glitch spot. But once you get up here, you get a ton of prone blocks. But you can, if you do it right, you can lie down right here, and then you can pre-aim a bomb. And so if you get somebody on your map or on your team to plant just on the outside, let's say you're up 2 people, or maybe they've only got 2 more alive or 1 alive, you can pretty much watch it without having to move, and you can watch and see if they rush from this side, if they rush from here, and you can even walk over and check control. But if you stay right here, they're not going to notice you top control. Now, you are a little bit noticeable from the other side. They can't see you if they really look, but by the time they see you, you know, you've got enough guarded, you've got a good setup, you get the bomb down, then you're perfectly fine for this spot. Honestly, I use this one in GBs all the time. This is probably my favorite. Alright, now switching over to this crow's nest. This is another spot that a lot of people really like, especially in pubs. You know, you get the spawn snipe that people drop up here and just kind of aim in. You got to kind of hope to see who can get the kill first or whatever like that. But I've got a couple good spots on this little area. It's a really, really good spot if you want to pre-aim bomb or get the snipers over here. So the best thing to do, so first of all, what you can do is you can actually watch A from here, which is a pretty cool spot. You can kind of jump here, you check bomb. Maybe if you got the bomb planted, and you can kind of just jump up and get this side. You know, it kind of all depends on where you planted the bomb and where your teammates are in terms of the map. You can see top control from here, and then you can peek back and you can peek B, you know, this area. But the number 1 spot, so I said the other spot was on the boat over there was the number 2 spot on the map. I think this is the best spot on the map that nobody knows about, and it's kind of shocking. So basically, you're going to give yourself away if they're top control, or if they're bottom mid, or if they're right side. You're pretty much giving up control of the entire side of the map. So you need somebody to check it for you. But if you can jump up here, and you can crouch down, you can look through the smoke, and you can see the entire, or not the entire, but the entire left side of control or of their crow's nest. And so if they're sniping there, if they're going for the spawn snipe, you can kind of look here and just get the quick snipe, and they'll never be able to see you. And it's a super crazy spot. You can't really see the bomb, but it's just one of those spots where people can't see you, and it's really easy to mess up because, you know, sometimes you'll just vault right over it. But if you just crouch down right here and look across, you know, you're not going to be matched by anybody just because they're not going to be able to see you, especially because there's no thermal in this game, so they can't see you through the smoke. It's almost like throwing down a smoke. And then if you look, you can kind of jump and see, you know, the back corner of the bomb. Right. And finally, on the offense side, the last thing that I've got for you guys, it's not that good of a spot. It's you know, it's good if you want to watch the A rush, but you can really only cover one area. Is that if you step back here and, you know, by this little pillar, pylon, whatever you want to call it, you can zoom in and you can see that little head glitch by A. And so you can't really see bomb, and if you move around, you can't really see anything. You can kind of see the right side. But that being said, if you got somebody watching the bomb, you can just watch them to rush through. You know what I mean? This is a really good spot if you have a lot of people up, or you know, you're in a 1v1 and you think that they're only going to come from that area. But that being said, you know, they can come from the side or wherever like that. It's kind of really counterable. The only real positive to it is that nobody's going to get back here to see you. You know, nobody's going to flank all the way back into the map. But either way, right here is it's a pretty good spot, and I'll use it sometimes in GBs, but it's really situational. Alright guys, so I got another little spot here. Now this is going to be more on defense than it is on offense, and you got to be pushed up a lot. So and you kind of put yourself out in the open when you do it. But that being said, it's a really good spot if you think that they're only stacking B and you don't really want to rush on their spawns. What you can do is you can actually, if you jump up here, there's a little spot where you can actually jump on the bomb. I just messed it up. But if you sprint and jump, then you're up on top of this bomb. You can kind of see their whole back of their spawn. And this is where you kind of got to pray that they're not there. But if you crouch and just kind of walk over or stand up, you can see their crow's nest, and you can see if anybody's sniping there, if anybody's watching their back spawn. You know, if you want to, you can come up here, Heglish bomb, okay, nobody's there, jump up, and drop over here. Sorry, that was my computer making sounds. But yeah, so you can pretty much see the entire back of their spawn, and you can also see their crow's nest. So it's good if you're trying to do a flank route or something like that if you think that they're planting at B. Alright, so moving along with defense, you usually spawn about pretty much right here, depending on who you are on your team. Right off the rip, if you just move right over here, just kind of like how we did on the other side of the map, you can actually see a bomb if you just move up a little bit. And so you can come up here and kind of Heglish there, or you can move all the way back in the map. And I'm talking about all the way, like you gotta pretty much be in your spawn, and you can just see the corner of the bomb. So if somebody's got it planted right there, or somebody's planting there, maybe you're on offense and you flanked around and you got it planted, or if they're planting, you know, there's a couple situations where you'd really be able to see it, and me and Mike C were in here the other day, just in custom games, and you cannot see the other person. You'll never notice that they're back here. So this is a really good line of sight, but again, like the other side, it's really situational since it's such a small area that you can see. So moving on, we've got this little, I don't know what you call it, I guess I really call it their spawn tower, but a lot of people use this in pubs, and you'll get a lot of people, if anybody snipes, they're pretty much guaranteed to be either here or over in this crow's nest on an S&D. So basically, it can cover everything. You know, you can see almost the entirety of a bomb. You can see this side of the bomb, you can see this side, they rush up, you can see underneath, you can see control, and if you really want to, you can be covered by control. If you kind of lie down right here, then they can't see you. And if you really want to get weird with it, you can actually see their crow's nest as a line of sight from here, and if you jump, you can almost see the bomb. You can't see it completely, but if somebody's like Heglish and bomb, you could, you know, pull off the quick trick shot and snipe them like that. But either way, it's a good spot. The only problem that lies with it is that it's really counterable. You know, if somebody rushes this side and you don't see them, or if they rush down low, or they go under here, they can come right from behind and jump up. And, you know, all this, you can shoot through these, so, you know, you're kind of leaving yourself open in the open. So when I'm sniping, I tend not to use it just because it's a little bit of a crazy spot. Alright guys, so lastly we've got, you know, this little crow's nest on this side, and sadly we don't have, you know, a smoke that you can see through, that you can jump up on and see the other side without them seeing you, but there are a couple little spots on this side. So, you know, generally you'll see a lot of people coming through here and doing this, and what I like to do if I'm really coming out is that I like to, you know, kind of prone out and then come up and go down and do that type deal. But, you know, that doesn't really work because you can get sniped really easily, and, you know, it's not that good of a spot. So my favorite spot over here, and this one, again, leaves you kind of out in the open, but I've used it in a GB before, is that if you stand right here, you can actually see through their control, and if you jump, you can see the bomb. So it's really good for peeking, getting information. You know, if you have somebody else open on your team, you know, it's really good to see. You're probably not going to get the kill, but you're going to be able to call people out if they're defusing or something like that. And then the last spot, I've used this one in a GB before. If somebody's just on the left side of the bomb and they prone to defuse it, you can just see their legs right here. You can actually shoot through right there and kill them. I've gotten one kill with it before in a GB, and it's a pretty good spot. You know, it's, again, like the other ones, it's really situational and kind of stuck by your own area. But besides that, you know, it's a pretty good area, and I really enjoy it, and I use it a lot in GBs whenever I'm, you know, kind of on this side on defense. But either way, that's going to be it for me, guys. That's pretty much all the sightlines that I've seen on this map, you know, the ones that are good for S&D and GBs and things like that. If you have any more that I didn't talk about in this video, or you want to highlight or something like that, just leave in the comments below. You know, I'll be happy to make another video if I found enough that I missed or anything like that. But either way, I'm going to be continuing this series. You know, I'm going to be doing all the GB maps first, and then I'm going to be doing the public match maps, and, you know, we'll be going on. You know, it's a pretty cool series. I like doing little sightlines like this because these are the ones that really decide if you're going to win the GB or not. You know, this and rush routes. So either way, that's going to be it for me today. I'm probably going to be streaming later. I stream pretty much every day on twitch.tv/Tykel with 3 L's. And so you guys can hit me up there and give me a follow. But either way, that's going to be it for me. You guys have a great day. You want to just like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And I'll see you guys all later.